Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, how are you? I hope you are well. I'm going to start my lecture on the chapter number 1, and the topic is Pakistan, the outcome of the sustained Muslim efforts. What is meant by the sustained? A carry on. And these efforts were started from 1857 to 1947. There are different events which are discussed one by one, that how the Muslims started their struggle in the year 1857, and before that the Muslims ruled over the Hindustan for about 800 years in the year 1857 after the war, and that war was called as a war of mutiny because it was the rebel between the Muslim and the Hindus, and on the other side with the Britishers. So after the defeat of the Muslim, the war of 1857, they were called as a rebellion nation by the British government, and the Muslims were blamed for that war was called the mutiny, and the mutiny was created by the Muslims according to the point of view of Britishers. But the Britishers started a rivalry with the Muslims, that all the damages of the Hindustan, the subcontinent, for these damages that the Muslims are responsible. When the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan came in Hindustan in 18th century, he observed the worst condition of the Muslims, because that there was the lot of the misunderstanding between the Muslims and the Britishers. When you observe that condition of the Muslims, he advised the Muslims just to get the English education, just to get the better position in the subcontinent. So for that purpose, he introduced the Aligarh scheme in Hindustan. On the other side, that the Hindu adopted a biased attitude with the Muslim, that they started a lot of the Hindu movements like the Arya Samaj, and just to convert the Islam into the Hinduism, and to introduce the and to give the education of Hinduism in Hindustan. So they also started the Urdu in the controversy of 1867. In 1885, there was the establishment of the All India National Congress, just to lead all the communities of the subcontinent. But it did not give any benefit to the Muslim. It gave all the advantages, so it only worked for the advantages of the Hindus, not for the Muslim. In 1905, when the Lord Curzon became the Viceroy of Hindustan, he visited the province of the Bengal in 1905, and the Bengal have a lot of the that the Bengal at that time was a big province, and it was very difficult for the Lord Curzon just to visit all the areas of the Bengal. And the Bengal were divided by the Lord Curzon into two wings. That is shown by the map. It was divided into the eastern and the western Bengal. So due to the division of the Bengal, that the Muslims can get advantages in the eastern Bengal, because the majority of the Muslims lived in the East Bengal. On the other side, majority of the Hindus lived in West Bengal. But the Hindus captured all the areas of the Bengal, because they also took all the benefits from the agriculture products of the East Bengal, and they controlled all the institution and all the trade and the business of the West Bengal. But after the division of the Bengal, that they cannot see the advantages of the Muslims, so they protested against the partition of the Bengal, that why it is divided into two wings. In this way, that they lose the command over the Muslim. So they make a protest in the Hindustan, that the Bengal should be that the partition of the Bengal should be annulled. Why it is divided into two wings, and the Muslims get advantages. So that during the protest of the partition of the Bengal, that the Muslims presented their demand to at that time, that the Viceroy of Hindustan was the Lord Minto, that now the Muslims have that the Muslims lived in a miserable condition in the Hindustan. So the Muslims demanded for the making their own political party, Muslim League, and that party can make that party can started a struggle for the Muslim, just to get just to get advantages and to raise their demands towards the British government in a legal and the constitutional way. So there was a similar deputation for the Muslims, and that they made a demand for the separate electorate. 35 top-ranking Muslims that they presented their demand to the Viceroy Lord Minton the Simla on October 1st, 1906, and presented the Muslim demands for the separate electorate and the reserve quota system for the Muslims. So in the 1906, after presenting their demand, there was the establishment of the Muslim League in 1906, and the Sir Aga Khan was the first president of the Muslim League. So there were the British government proposed a different constitution for the Muslims of the subcontinent, and sent the delegation to the Hindustan just to make a conciliation between the Muslim and the Hindus. First, that the British government formed the Government of India Act 1909. It was called the Minto-Marley reforms, and the Minto-Marley reforms were proposed by the British government just for the involvement of, and just to increase the involvement of the Indians in the governance of the British India, just to give the representation to the Muslim as well as in the Hindus in the Indian Act of 1909. But that it was fruitless for both the Muslims and the Hindus, because the Hindus never pleased on the benefit of the Muslim. So it was rejected by both the parties. In the Lucknow Pact 1916, that it was a jointly agreed that the Congress League constitutional proposal in the Lucknow Pact, that it was the mutual pact between the mutual consultation of both the parties for the Hindu-Muslim unity, so that they demanded for the self-rule in India. Again in the 1990, that the British government formed the Government of India Act 1919, and it was also called the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. That the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, these reforms that are recommended in the report of the Secretary of the State for the India, and the Edmund Montagu and the Viceroy Lord Chelmsford, that they presented their proposal in the form of the Act of 1919, just for the solution of the Constitution of the United Kingdom. Then in the Delhi proposal, that it was another attempt made by the Quaid-e-Azam, just to give the representation to the Muslims, are the demands for the separate electorate, and the separate promise of the Sindh for the Muslims should be made. Then the reforms should be introduced in NWFP and the Balochistan. And in the Simon Commission of 1928, after the Delhi proposal, in the Simon Commission, that the report were presented by the Sir John Simon for the solution of the constitution in the subcontinent. But in this commission, that there was no involvement of the Indians. It was rejected by both the Muslim and the Hindus. That how the Sir John Simon observed the condition of the Muslim, how he can judge the difficulties of the Muslims and the Indians, although that there was no participation of the Indians in this commission, then how he can tackle the problems. So it was rejected by the Muslims and the Hindus. Then after the Nehru report of 1928, it was the biased report, because Motilal Nehru rejected all the rights of the Muslim. In response of the Nehru report of 1928, Quaid-e-Azam presented 14 points just for the establishment of the federation in the India, and the give to all rights of the, like the separate electorate, reserve quota system for the Muslims. Then the reforms should be introduced, and the NWFP and the Balochistan. So all the rights, so the fundamental rights should be given by the British government to the Indians. Then the round table conferences were held from 1930-32, but these conferences were fruitless for both the communities, for both the parties, just the Muslim League and the Congress, because there was no mutual consultation of both the parties. New constitutional arrangement, the Government of India Act 1935, another that attempt were made by the British government, just to provide it for the establishment of a federation of the India, made up of the provinces of the British India and some of the princely states. So according to the According to the India Act of 1935, when the Pakistan came into being, and that act were formed as an interim constitution for both the successor state like the India and the Pakistan. Then after the India Act of 1935, that the Cripps mission came in Hindustan 1942. It was an attempt of the British government to secure that the full Indian cooperation and support in the World War II. It was headed by a senior minister, Sir Stafford Cripps, just for the taking the cooperation of the Muslim and the Hindus in the Second World War. And the certain conditions were made by the British government, but the Cripps mission were not satisfied by the attitude of the Muslims and the Hindus, because both the communities rejected the proposal of the Cripps mission. The Cabinet Mission Plan 1946, a sincere British effort towards the solution of the constitutional problem, and the transfer of powers from the British government to the Indian leadership with the aim of the preserving Indian unity and the granting its independence. Again, on that the Cabinet Mission Plan, that it was rejected by both the parties. After that, the interim government were formed in the Hindustan. So in the February 1920, 1947, announcement of the British decision to quit India till June 1948, but it was very difficult for the Muslims to live in the Hindustan. That the that they protested in the Hindustan just not to give any rights to the Muslim. Then the Mountbatten Revival on 3rd June 1947. Then the final proclamation of the partition plan. Then the Indian Independence Act, July 1947, approved by the British Parliament. According to the Indian Independence Act, that act was ratified and approved by the British Parliament, that the Hindustan should be divided into the India and the Pakistan. So the Pakistan came into being 14 August, and on the 15 August that the India came into being, that they can adopt the Government of India Act as an interim constitution until unless their constituent assembly formed their own constitution. After that there was the Aligarh movement. It was started by the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Why there was the need of the Aligarh movement? What were the purpose behind it? When the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan observed the condition of the Muslim, that they have no position in the subcontinent, on the one hand, that they have no idea of the getting the English education, on the other side, that they have no such type of the relationship with the British government, that they can take the advantages. So the objective of the Sir Syed objective of the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan efforts. We can observe the efforts of the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, that just to get to all the rights to the Muslim. When he came in the Hindustan, that he started struggling for the benefits of the Muslims. On the one side, that he removed the misunderstanding between the Muslim and the Britishers. So he started his efforts and the the struggle just to give the position to the Muslim in the subcontinent. And if that they have a conciliation with the British government, then they get the Western education, then they get the better job opportunities. So in order to remove the rift between the Muslims and the Britishers, that he brought the conciliation between the two communities to spread education among the Muslim, in part that the English language and the learning, and make the Muslim familiar with the British culture and the way of life, to make the Muslims live subject of the government, to develop friendly relation with the British as well as with the other communities of the subcontinent. So for this purpose, when he removed the misunderstanding between the Muslims and the Britishers, that why the Britishers blame the Muslims, that they are the rebellion, that in fact the War of Independence, when it was called as the War of the Mutiny by the Britishers and the Muslim nation, that they are the rebellion because they started a war of mutiny in the Hindustan. So for this purpose, that Sir Syed Ahmad Khan wrote the Risale Asbab-e Bagawat Hind, that the Muslims are not responsible for the mutiny in the subcontinent. So again, that he wrote about the Lail Muhammadans of India in the year 1860, that the Lail Muhammadan of India means. In this magazine, he started highlighting the services of the Muslim nobles, that they put their lives in danger to save the lives of the British officials in the War of 1857. Some other reconciliatory efforts through the different pamphlets and the magazine, that the Sir Ahmad Khan removed the misunderstanding between the two nations. So he started a different type of the schools in the Muradabad and in the Ghazipur, just for giving the Persian and the Arabic education to the Muslim. That he started the school at the Muradabad in 1859 and the Ghazipur 1862. Then he also established the Scientific Society, that's the Sir Ahmad Khan launched an institution with the purpose of translating important work from the English to the Urdu, just to give the position to the Muslims and to raise their status in the Hindustan. Study of the British education system, Sir Ahmad Khan visited England just to observe the educational system of the different education institute of the Lincoln, that the 1869. When he returned to the Hindustan, that on the pattern of the education system of the Lincoln, that introduced the same pattern of the education in the form of the Aligarh scheme in the Hindustan. So he also established the MEO, Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental School, 1875, just to give the English education to the Muslim, and it was named as the Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental School. Then it were converted to the college in 1877. After his death, it were converted to the university in 1921. Establishment of the Muhammadan Educational Conference, just for the requirement of the modern education of the Muslim, that the Sir Ahmad Khan established the Muhammadan Educational Conference in the year 1886. Then after the establishment of the Muhammadan Educational Conference, another attempt which were made by the Muslim, that they established their own political party, Muslim League, in 1906 in an annual meeting of the conference held at Dhaka. What were the political services and the two-nation theory? As a member of the Imperial Legislative Council, that Sir Ahmad Khan, Sir Ahmad Khan always tried to give the rights to the Muslims as a member of the Imperial Legislative Council, just to raise the demands of the Muslim for getting the representation in all in the Imperial Legislative Council. In the year 1867, when the Urdu-Hindi controversy was started by the B.J. Tilak, that the Urdu should be replaced by the Hindi as official language, that the Muslim have no place in the Hindustan. So that there were also that the Muslim have no identity. Sir Ahmad Khan, who was a great the supporter of the Hindu-Muslim unity, got that the disappointed as this unfriendly gesture. He demanded for the separate electorate for the Muslims in this way, that they can present the demands of their political party, the Muslim League. Then the establishment of the All India Muslim, why there was the need of the political party All India Muslim for the Muslims of the subcontinent, that what were the logic behind it when the Liberal Party came into power in the Hindustan. So he observed the condition of the Muslim in the subcontinent, that now that there is a need of the separate political party for the Muslims, because that they were always degraded by the Hindus. Muslims have a no trade and the business in Hindustan. On the other side, that the Muslims have the lot of the superstition, that they didn't get Western education just to get the better job opportunities in the subcontinent. So due to the extremist behavior of the Hindu, that they started a different movements for the Muslim, like the Arya Samaj movement, just to convert Muslim religion into the Hindu religion. So to reconvert the Muslim into the Hindu religion, establishment of the Indian National Congress, due to the establishment of the Indian National Congress, 1885, that although that party have a purpose to lead all the communities of the subcontinent, but it only work for the benefits of the Muslim. So again that the demand for the separate electorate for the Muslim, that the demand was made by the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He proposed the system of the separate electorate as an alternative, that this system can provide a lot of the benefit for the Muslim, that they should establish their own political party. Partition of the Bengal and the Congress attitude. After the partition of the Bengal in 1905, that all the Muslim leaders observe, and including the British government, that the Hindu started a biased behavior with the Muslim, that the protest against the partition of the Bengal, so it was annulled in 1911. So the formation of the separate political party Muslim League should be very necessary for the Muslim. So the change of the government in Britain, that the Liberal Party came to power. Now it was the need of the Muslims just to make their own political party. So for this purpose, there was the similar deputation, and the 35 top-ranking Muslim leaders that are taken from all parts of the subcontinent. So they met with the Viceroy, Lord Minto, on the October 1st, 1906, and the important Muslim demands were raised, like the Muslims should have a separate electorate, that there should be a quota of the separate seats for the Muslims in all the local bodies and in all the councils. Then the foundation of the Muslim League, that it was founded in 1906. What were the objective of the Muslim League? Just to raise the demands of the Muslims in a legal and the constitutional way towards the British government, that they should create an atmosphere of the good and the friendly relation with the Britishers and as well as other communities. What were the Khilafat movement, its events and the outcomes? When the First World War was started between the Britain and the British government and the Germany in the First World War, that who were the light force of the Germany, that the Turkish Empire and the Ottoman Empire became the light force of the Germany. The other side, that America became the light power of the Britishers. At that time, that the Britishers ruled over Hindustan. So in the First World War, then the British government wanted the cooperation of the Indians, including the Muslim and the Hindus. And the British government promised that if the Muslim cooperated with the British government, then the Ottoman Empire, in the second place of the Muslims in the Turkish Empire, these areas and that empire should not get scattered if the Germany defeated in the First World War. So the promise was made by the British government, but after the end of the war, when the Germany were badly defeated, so all the secret places of the Turkish Empire were scattered. So the Muslims protested against the British government, that why the British government break up his promise and scattered all the areas of the Turkish Empire and the Ottoman Empire. So that they started a movement, so that they formed their Khilafat committee against the British government. In the Khilafat committee, that the two leaders, Maulana Muhammad Al-Jur and Maulana Shaukat Ali, supported the Muslims that they should start a Khilafat movement, that why the British government damaged the holy places of the Muslim and the Jerusalem were captured by the Jew. So at that time, that there was the Hindu-Muslim unity, because Gandhi cooperated with the Muslim against the British government. So both the nations protested against the British government, that the slogan were used by the Muslims as well as by the Hindus, that quit Hindustan, and that slogan were used against the British government, that the British government quit Hindustan and leave the Hindustan, because that the British government show no unity with the Muslim. So the different type of the protest were made because against the British government, because the Muslims resigned from their government jobs, that they boycotted all the British products. So they did not like to send their children to the school, and that the Muslims have a great loss, that the great loss of the Muslims were starting in the subcontinent. On the other side, that the Gandhi, that it's started cooperating with the Muslim. So the ulama, that the ulama use the terminology of the Darul Harb for the Muslim, that Hindustan is not a suitable place in this situation, that for the Muslim, not suitable place for the Muslim to live there. So they should migrate from the Hindustan to any other country of the world. So the Muslim migrated from Hindustan to the Afghanistan, but the government of Afghanistan did not give them political asylum. So they returned to the Hindustan in a helpless condition. All the trade and the business were snatched, and all their bank deposits were freezed by the Hindus. Now that they have no place in the Hindustan, because meanwhile the different type of protests were made by the Hindus, that they started a non-cooperation movement against the British government. After non-cooperation movement, after using the slogan of the Darul Harb, after using the slogan of the quit Hindustan, that now the situation were very worse for the Muslims. So that there was the incident of the Chora Chori, and when the Khilafat movement were at the peak, that Gandhi started to show his cooperation with the Muslim in the year 1922. At that time that there were the infuriated mob at the Chora Chori, a small township in the UP, that it was laid siege to a police station, and the police station were burned by the Hindus, but Muslims were blamed just to that the Gandhi said about the Muslims, that Khilafat, in the Khilafat movement, that we cooperated with the Muslims, but they burned the Hindu police station. So now we have no cooperation with the Muslim. Why they burned the police station in the Chora Chori? So that there was the Mopla uprising in the Hindustan. Mopla were a nation lived in the Malabar. So they cooperated with the Muslims. So they traveled from the Malabar to the Hindustan. On the way that they were in the train, when they traveled from the Malabar to the Hindustan, that train were burned on the way. So again the Muslims were blamed for doing such type of the action, that the civil disobedience movement were called off, and the Gandhi said that the civil disobedience movement should be called in the Hindustan, that in the civil disobedience movement, that the Muslims were in the loss, that when they started the civil disobedience movement, that the Britishers showed the non-cooperation with the, that for the Aligarh University, for the Muslim University, that the Muslim, that there were the aid, that there were the grant of the British government, so that the British government banned all the grant and the aid for the Muslim university. So the students in the Muslim university, that these students, that they have the financial problem, so the British government gave them the stipends. After that protest, that the stipends were not given from the British government to these students, so they drop out from their studies. So that there was the great loss to the education of the Muslim. So there were the reaction of the Gandhi. Now the Gandhi have no cooperation with the Muslim. It totally showed the non-cooperation with the Muslim. In the meanwhile, that Kemal Atatürk became the leader of the Turkey in 1924. So he announced the abolishment of the Khilafat. That in the future, in the name of the religion, that no movement should be launched, because there were the great damage and the loss of the Muslim in that movement. So what were the consequences and the result of the Khilafat movement? That after the abolishment of the Khilafat movement, it was shown to the Muslim that the Hindus are that the Hindus have no sincerity with the Muslim. In the future, that the Muslims show no cooperation with the Gandhi, no cooperation with the All Indian National Congress. So the Muslims faced a lot of the problems in the Hindustan. The one side, that they dropped from their studies, so that the several Muslim students were dropped out from their studies. So the downfall of the Muslims were started in the subcontinent. That the Britishers gave them no grant for the Muslim university, that the Muslims have no education in the subcontinent, how they can get the better job opportunities, that the Muslim suffers a lot after that the consequence and the result of the Khilafat movement were not in the favor of the Muslim. So all the Muslim leaders were blamed, that why they started a Khilafat movement, that they accept the Qaidism for the Muslims of the subcontinent, because that movement have no good result for the Muslim. So that the result of the Khilafat movement were not the good for the Muslim. After that, after the formation of the Muslim League, political party Muslim League, that according to the sport after and the motivation of the Qaidism and the Allama Iqbal and the Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. So the Muslim that start their struggle just for getting a separate homeland for themselves, where they can lead their life according to their Islamic teaching, that according to the concepts, according to the rituals and trends, that the Hindus were never sincere with the Muslim, and the future that they did not like to support the Muslims in any field of life. So that's all about the all the topics of the chapter. So that I hope that you can follow my lecture, that including all the topics of the chapter number 1. That's all about my lecture. Stay home and stay safe. Take care of your health. Thank you.